Hey guys, welcome back. For the next 12 minutes.
12 to 15 minutes.
Kidding. We are going to be going over some of our absolute favorite features of the kvCORE web platform. For those of you who have never used this before, this is honestly one of the most in-depth marketing real estate platforms we've ever seen before, and we have seen all of them. But the cool thing about it is that for anyone who just wants a website to turn something on and never have to touch it again, this is also it. So check it out. Lindsay, why don't you give us a little bit of a demo? And sidebar, for people who want more information, because this is a rabbit hole of how much stuff you can really do with these platforms, we do have a couple of webinars coming up. You're going to be doing one for people who previously had kvCORE websites. Yep. And we're also going to have kvCORE do two specifically just for CIR agents, and those are going to be really, really great. So call this a little teaser, and you can get more in-depth information in the weeks to come.
Yeah, and just real quick, there's some people that said, I turned on conversion back in the day when we first launched. I turned on conversion, I wasn't happy with it. Everything is like, it's not even the same platform anymore, and we recognize the challenges that happened with conversion. There were still amazing features that you could take advantage of. Some of them I'll even show you today. They're still relevant, but that was designed for teams. We were told it was designed for brokerages, so we were really early adopters on that. And then they transitioned over to kvCORE. They fixed a bunch of the bugs, lots of them off our recommendation, and we just want to present that to you today. So for those of you that are even like, conversion versus kvCORE, where conversion doesn't exist anymore. It's not even relevant. So kvCORE is the platform now.
And before you get started, Lindsay, just for everyone watching online,
my 12 minutes is getting
the way that this works. Because right off the bat, so CIR has a brokerage-wide contract, which means that we can give you guys these websites, everything that you're seeing, for $30 a month. The actual cost of this is $500 US. Any of you go on and actually try and get one of these websites yourself. We're not just saying this. That is the cost versus the $30 Canadian. There's no contract. Try it for a couple of months. If you don't like it, we'll cancel it for you. We do all the setup. It's that easy. Within a couple of hours, you will actually have a website with your own domain name. All your information is on there, your listings, your test, whatever it is you have. So it is that quick. So if you don't have a website, it is website@crrealty.ca. Email myself or Lindsay personally. We can get you started.
Absolutely. Okay, so I'm going to show you just some of the quick features that are available on here. And this is actually what you're seeing right now on the screen is our kvCORE site. It's what it looks like. These are site templates. You'll see at the top, you can't really see at the top, you need to zoom in, but it says lindsaysmith.alberta.crrealty.ca. One of the issues that we had for the longest time was that you couldn't get your domain name to be there. So if you wanted lindsayhomes.com, you could forward it, but now on the back end of kvCORE, you can have what's called a vanity domain, and so this would actually carry throughout the site, lindsayshomes.com. That is an extra $10 US a month, but again, compared to that $500, this is a steal because you're still below $50 a month for this. But on here right now, you'll see the site, the options, when you actually go in and do a search. It's very beautiful. We'll show that in a second. But we now have the option of, we're going to show you a couple things. What we're going to show you right now is where this sell button went. Right at the top here, there was a sell button that was creating some issues. This back-end image here, how do we modify that, and how do we modify the different color schemes here, and how do we modify this section here as well in order to make it a little bit more customizable. So I'm going to show you some of those really quickly here, and then we're going to talk about some of the lead gen activities. So on the back end of your kvCORE site, everything's changed from conversion. They've made it very, very easy. So they have this smart CRM, which is really great. The marketing autopilot, again, I'm not going to go through everything here. I'm just going to switch over to website and IDX to start. And the very first thing, the problem that we had is when you launch your site, it has this sell option here. And believe it or not, we're trying to actually get the sell feature working 100%, where it will do an auto evaluation because CREB has just released sold data to third-party vendors. That happened last week, so this is incredible. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into edit my settings. And as part of editing settings, I'm going to go to custom navigation here. And I'm just going to show you that you used to have this cell label here, and instead of having the cell label on there, I just put a single line there, and now my cell option has all but disappeared. I went and created my own online home evaluation option, and we're going to show you guys how to create that in some later training. But now people can just request a home evaluation. and have it done that way instead of trying to do an auto evaluation. So one of the big pieces of feedback we had was how do we get rid of that sell option? So that's on there, and that's been fixed. In the general tab here, people are always asking, well, is it easy to customize the image? Well, I have a couple images selected here. I have this big banner, and this is what we call our hero image in the background. You can see that before it was that beautiful sunset. Now it's an interior of someone's living room, pretty modern. So I have a couple of these clicked off. So any ones that you have clicked off can be will auto-populate onto there randomly. Or you can go in here and upload your image, and that's it. All you do is click to upload or drag an image here, and it will appear. And you can see the dimensions, and now you can have your own custom background. So if I wanted to have this image of the girl holding the dog, I can just hit save here now. And once it's saved, then I can refresh, and you'll see that my back header image is now the girl and the dog, and it's totally done and easy to go. And as I scroll through some of these other features that I have available, you will see all the different customizable options that we have available, even to the point of some people like the theme of going to a black. Again, we were talking about this earlier, how black, I know you can't read that on here, but these are all the different color options you can have in here. So I hit black, I hit save, and now you can see this blue option here. When I hit refresh, suddenly my website now has a black theme. So that makes it super easy. Another thing is this section down here, which you can go in and edit if you do know HTML or you want to hire somebody on Elance to go in and edit the site content. An easier way to do that is if we just go back to this website IDX here, and I go to this section called widgets, which is new. If I want to advertise open houses as an example on here, I can go on and just add this widget. So right now you'll see that it ends at the end of condos here. When I click on open houses, I can replace everything on there, or I can add to it, append. So I'm going to add to it, and then it will update. And I go back to my site here, I refresh, and now I have an open house widget on here. And you can do that with absolutely anything you want. We even have customizable options that we can do for you. If you make a mistake, don't worry, you can clear everything. You can re-add in your default widgets and be good to go. And there's a bunch of different options in there. So customization on the site has become so much easier. Okay, another thing I want to show you is when you go to your Smart CRM or your marketing autopilot, your marketing autopilot is where you're going to find your campaigns. And this is what's so cool about kvCORE is that you can send your clients a ton of information automatically, and you can decide to say, hey, when someone first signs up on my website, or I have a new client and I add them into the system, I can have them receive a text message on the first day, a text message on the second day, an email on the third day, and then you can create your own custom campaigns. One of the concerns that realtors had was, this is sending me so much information, so what you can look on here, or send my clients so much information, we didn't know what it's sending us. You can just select what you want turned on, turned off. If I want to turn on my default buyer campaign, are you sure? I'm just going to hit cancel here. But you can turn all of these off or all of these on, and now when you sign up with us, we automatically turn them all off. So we start with them turned off, but then you're able to go in and start turning them back on, even click on these to see which campaigns are the best, and you'll be able to have a look at the various components of the campaign, what's being sent out, where it's coming from, and you can edit this, design your own, so that you choose what your clients see, your current clients as well as past clients. And in your Smart CRM, you can upload all your current clients there, and don't worry, it's not going to send out stuff automatically. You can choose how to set up all your automated emails to them. That's why they say it's a full CRM as well. I want to show you a few more things on the lead engine here. So we've talked about landing pages at length. I just want to show you squeeze pages for a second here. So what a squeeze page is it actually takes somebody to a particular spot on your website. So if I wanted to go in and just open this up, and I wanted to create a compelling search like price reduced homes in a specific community or something like that, you have multi-property squeeze pages, a single property squeeze page. I'm going to go to the single property squeeze page here. and I'm just going to paste in a listing ID here. So this is a CIR Realtors listing in Tuscany. And I can decide, I can say, hey, I'm going to create a link here that people can get to on Facebook or in an ad. When do I want the client to register? Do I want them to be able to view 1 property, 2 properties, 3 properties, 50 properties? Never. We've all seen those websites that force you to register. You get to decide when someone clicks on this, what happens. Maybe the source here, I'm just going to put Facebook post on April 8th. And now I'm just going to generate the link. And you can see the links here. I'm just going to copy that to my clipboard. And I'm going to open up Facebook, and you'll see what this looks like. Because now you take one of your listings, if you want to create an ad for it, you can just post in this link. And what it's going to do is it's going to pull the information from the ad, pull the information from the listing, and it's going to create a preview for you that ends up allowing you to market it and create easy ads. So this takes a second to pull up here. And now you can see this beautiful ad that's been created for your listing. And when people click on it, you start capturing leads right away. I love doing compelling searches where it's like price-reduced homes in Tuscany, price-reduced homes in certain areas, foreclosure listings, so bank-owned properties, things like that. And all of these will then populate lists that you can capture people's information off of. So again, that's creating a squeeze page. I'll just show you a couple more things on here really quickly. The landing page feature. This is incredible. We've talked about this before. You can upload your custom images, but if you want to create a compelling ad, all you do is do a search on your website or create a link to an article, and now you can just say, request your free article on 10 ways to get 10% off your next real estate purchase. And you might have an article on creative negotiation strategies, things like that. Of course, you guys are all asking me, well, how do I do that? But what's beautiful about this is that you can take these and you can just double click and remove items that you don't want on the screen here. And now this creates a beautiful ad that when you hit save, this will pop up on the background, or this will pop up as that Facebook ad as well, and it compels people to click and move over to your website. So that's awesome as well. Another piece that I'll show you guys that I absolutely love is the call capture feature. This was available in the original conversion system. So I'm going to click on call capture, and as soon as you have this website, you get what's called a smart number. And you can get as creative as you want with this. The other thing you can do is you can start creating QR codes for your searches. You can take this search and embed it in other sites. But this smart number is this 587-805, and you can create listing signs, you can create toppers for your listings, and what they say is, hey, text whatever you want. You create a custom text code, so I'm going to hit add new here, and my text code might be 1344 or 1324 Maple Crest. It's the street I live on. So Maple Crest. And then you can have it where you could create the message. And you might have a brochure, you might send them to a listing ID, you might send them to a squeeze page, whatever it is. But what's so unique about this is that when someone texts this to that information, they get sent back a text message with anything that you want. It could be a link to a YouTube video. It could be a link to some more information. You give a message saying, hey, thank you so much for your text, really appreciate it. And all it tells you exactly how to do it. And that is unique to you. So you own that text message code, and it captures the cell number. So as soon as they call or they text in, you can text back. You can link a hashtag and actually have create a bunch of different campaigns already. But you can just text back and say, hey, thank you so much for requesting that information. I want to follow up and see if you had any other questions. And now you have a lead. You can call. You can do what you want. Don't recommend calling right away. I recommend texting. But this is so cool because when people ask about, oh, well, does kvCORE work, or is this worth the money? It's like, well, you can have your own site, and there's lots of great websites out there through Avenue and my Real PageMaker seems to be having some problems. I'm not sure what's happening there, but there's other website providers out there. But I'm telling you, as a tool set, this is a turnkey website, and to be able to access landing pages here, and squeeze pages, and call captures, and apps, to help move forward. And you have your open house app as well that will, if people sign in an open house, they can take it directly into your system. That's amazing as well. And to say that you even had this call capture feature where you can create smart numbers to have people text you back, and that might cost you $30 a month or $360 a year, just for that one feature, it becomes totally worth it and totally a no-brainer. So if you guys want super easy, turnkey website with a whole host of tools that you can start diving into your custom navigation, create your own pages as much as you want, that's totally great. Now we have two, one is not a promotion, one is a promotion. The one promotion that we're doing right now is that, that's not a promotion, is since they've made the onboarding side easier for us, it used to be a $250 setup fee. Now for all new users, it's $100. If it's $100, we set it all up, we turn off your sell pages, turn off your campaigns for you so you're ready to rock. Your testimonials, things like that, we'll get them uploaded and started. It's all, the options are all in there. We're doing monthly training on this now as well, but it's a $100 setup and then $30 a month. If you're a past kvCORE user and you said, this isn't working for me, conversion, we want to say, revisit this. And so we want to give you guys 3 months free to come back on as well.
And I was just looking at the webinars that are going to be taking place.
Yeah.
And they're so great because we didn't mention the part 2, but there's a part 1 and there's a part 2, which means that for everybody who just wants to be able to have a very basic website, all the information you need will be covered.
Perfect.
And then for everybody that's like, I really want to dig deeper into that, that's what these courses are going to look like as well.
And
so,
they have a Facebook page of like 10,000 users giving
Yes.
best practices, best ways to convert leads, best ways to attract leads.
Yeah.
Like this has now become their now preferred suppliers with leading RE. They absolutely blew it up. They're funded by, they have a gentleman that owns a $1 billion fund. So they have put stuff in. We were early
yeah,
adopters.
they're doing a great job.
We understand what happened, which is why we're doing these promotions and stuff like that. For those of you that had a website before and canceled, there's no setup fee. We'll turn it back on for you and get stuff going. But anybody new, we got to get you in the system, get you set up the first time. It's only $100, and we want to go from there. The reason we're pushing this so hard, you guys are like, we've heard about some of this stuff already, is because we truly believe this is a fantastic tool to supplement your current website as a lead tool or to be your primary website.
And we have quite a few agents that are having a lot of success
Yep.
with this site. A lot of success with it. So we are a little bit passionate about it because we know that there are a lot of you being like, I just don't know what to do next in my business. I don't know how to achieve this. I don't have a ton of money to invest into my marketing right now. And this is one of those things that for $30, if you wanted to, you could spend 50 hours a week doing nothing but using the free tools on this website to generate more business.
We just got a request from someone. We saw that they had signed a 3-year contract with another website provider. 3 years. Hey, I don't know. Like that's way too long. We've said, you know what? It's month to month. Give us 30 days notice, you're out. There's no contracts here. So we feel like we are accountable to you to make sure that you like the program, the product, and we acknowledge there was some challenges. That's why we went a bit dark on this for a little while to try to work through this.
And they've been great. They work with us. They've been fixing a ton of stuff. They're responsive. This is a reason why this doesn't work for realtors in Canada. This is what isn't working for teams. And their development team has been really great.
And there's a couple things that aren't perfect because they're building stuff for all sorts of markets. So there's stuff that works only in the US. We acknowledge that. We get it. But again, for $30 a month, we're just like, we'll take a few of the things for all the tools, features that we have. We appreciate that. That's it. We are going to be holding more courses on this. Feel free to attend the class on the 11th, get your questions answered. We also have webinars coming up. Every single month, we're going to be making sure you guys get the information.
If you do want to sign up for one of these websites and get started on the process of us creating this for you on the virtual office in the marketing section or the professional development section,
let me just show
there's
that
a
for
link
1
to
second.
kvCORE. And on that page, there's a little button that says click here to get me registered. Leslie from our downtown office is our website coordinator. She will be in touch with you to get the process started. And again, within a couple of hours, it does take us time on our end. There are some things that we have to do programming-wise, admin-wise to do it, but you'll have an amazing website. Done.
Jordan, can you just quickly, thank you. So again, here guys, in the marketing section here, when we click on marketing, you'll see a host of our great marketing tools and resources. But at the bottom here, it says kvCORE. And you can see to register for kvCORE website, click here. If you're an existing user, you can also email website at cirrealty.ca. Let her know that you were an existing user who canceled. We'll make sure that you get the appropriate deal here. sort of a thank you for us for revisiting it. And click here, and you're ready to rock. And that is it.
And that is it.
Thank you guys so much. And thank you again to Brian with FBC for coming in and give us some great information. And we have a very special agent pursuit next week where Carl Stater is going to talk about some of the trials and tribulations he did to get CIR to where it was, where it is today, and or be the big initiator for that.
And some advice to realtors working in a bit of a challenging market too, because that was his jam.
So that's going to be next week on Monday.
Have a great week, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Thanks, guys.